Good.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking a few minutes to sit down with me, Paul, because I really think this helps me to understand you better and what you're looking for. And I have a lot to offer in this community, and it doesn't mean anything if it's not tied to something that is of a need for you.
Sure.
So, if you don't mind my asking, what's prompting you to want to make this move?
From what I talked about out there, my wife, we're about to have our fourth. And so the space that we have now, even though it's a relatively new home, just doesn't quite meet what we need.
Okay.
The space is there, but my wife isn't willing to give up specific spaces because she wants to keep a playroom for the kids. She wants to keep an office for her. When you're adding in a fourth kid to the mix and you have a playroom and you have an office, our house no longer has the amount of spaces available to accommodate that. So it's kind of...
So share with me, are you in a one-story now?
We are. So the house is 3,000 some odd square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, an office, and a 3-car garage. All the space was great when we had 3 kids because the girls, they will not sleep in separate rooms. My son has his own room. My wife has her office. And we have our playroom that we can rearrange to a guest room when we do have people over. The space works perfectly with 3 kids.
So is your playroom currently, is it actually a bedroom or is it your family room?
It's a 4th bedroom that has play stuff in it, and we have an inflatable queen size bed in the in the closet.
Sounds like a trampoline for my grandchildren.
Right. And so one of the things that's important is we are looking for traditionally a 1-story house because my wife is kind of gun shy with 2-story homes because of my daughter tumbling down the stairs at our old townhouse when we lived in town. So we'd like to have all of the bedrooms down
on the first floor.
On the first floor. I saw on your website, you did have options for a bonus room upstairs, which I think might work, because then, we can have that extra space there when it's needed and, not have...
So if we had a plan, Paul, with an additional bedroom upstairs that you could use maybe for your wife's office, would that be something that would work?
I think that's something that could be considered.
Okay.
She's the one who has the office needs. I basically work out of my cell phone.
Okay.
And so from looking at your website, there were a few options there. But that's kind of where I'm at as far as my current house.
Okay. So if you don't mind my asking, how much have you looked so far?
I've looked just on MLS, looked at resale homes in the area, Pine Brook and Bay Oaks and Brookwood, and pricing is where I want it to be, square footage is, but once we actually go and see the homes, the space isn't used as we really need it to be used.
I think, I've worked in this area for quite a while. I worked in Pine Brook and Bay Oaks. So I am familiar with the style of homes that are over there, and honestly, I don't feel that you're going to find what you're talking about over there.
Right.
You've probably already seen that.
The homes are 20 years old, so they were architecturally designed for what families wanted 2 decades ago.
Right.
Definitely not what my family wants now.
Okay. Okay, and so how soon are y'all wanting to move?
We have a little bit of flexibility. Obviously, the market's hot. My neighborhood, I see houses going up and then being sold very quickly. I'm not worried about that part. It's about finding the right neighborhood and the right floor plan.
So other than just finding the right floor plan, what's going to be important in the neighborhood?
The neighborhood I live in now has, the community pool. It has the community center. One of the things that we really like is the neighbors are all basically my age.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the kids are basically my kids' age.
Right.
And so it's nice to be able to get home from work and everyone's in their driveway and the kids are actually playing. In our old neighborhood, that wasn't the case because that neighborhood was 15 years old. So those kids 15 years ago were my children's
Right,
age, but
right.
now they're all in high school. So when I came home to boom boxes and bass and kids staying up till 3 in the morning. Whereas now I have little kids running and screaming and bubbles and it's nice.
It is nice.
Right.
It's a great place to have a family, and I think you're going to find that here. Did you notice the park when you first came in?
I did, yeah. So that'll be nice that it's right there and accessible because our current home, it is kind of a bike ride to get to the park.
And our pool and rec center is opening in June.
Okay. Is it under construction now?
It is under construction now, yes.
Is it to a point where I can...
Yeah, we can drive by and take a look.
Okay.
Be glad to show you.
Sure.
Yeah, they're going to have a big grand opening here in June.
Okay,
So
that's
pretty
terrific.
exciting. Everybody on contract will be invited with their families. So
Right.
get to meet the neighbors
Right.
if you're on contract. Okay, I do have a few floor plans. And if you don't mind, Paul, can I just get name, number, and an email address?
Okay.
I promise not to bug you, just like to kind of keep you apprised of what's going on.
Right.
And I didn't ask you about budget, but if you wouldn't mind sharing with me where you would like to stay as far as your price is concerned.
Right now, with the equity that I have in my house, I feel comfortable being about $390 and under.
Okay.
Mentally, I just don't want to reach that $400,000 threshold. I never thought I'd be spending this much on a house as is,
Yeah.
let alone what the housing is now. But I can't complain because my house has appreciated quite a bit.
Absolutely. And I think you're going to find that you're going to be able to get exactly what you want within that budget here.
Okay.
Okay, so no problem. Was there a floor plan that you saw online that stuck out in your mind?
There was one, the Cantaron.
Okay, yep, I have that right here. Actually, that was the one when we were talking, I was thinking would work best for you guys. There's a couple of things that we could do with this floor plan to accommodate your wants and needs in this new home. One of the things, if you don't need a formal dining room, we have an option here. We could turn this into a study. You're going to have 4 bedrooms down. There's that option to do the bonus room up with another bedroom. So potentially you have all the kids on the first floor. Your wife could either use this room here if she didn't want a formal dining room, which a lot of people like casual dining now. It's a big trend.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this one might work for you. What do you think?
Yeah, is there one in the neighborhood we can walk through?
We can. I've got one framed. And then if you'd like to see one completed, I can find one in the city for you to go take a look at. Do you have some time to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go take a look.